Good morning, happy Sunday. Well, the thumbnail says it all. That was me about a year ago. Actually, the picture was taken March 25th. Today's the 13th, and I took a snapshot yesterday. For the thumbnail, I thought I might be able to make this video then, but turns out a little busy, so I had to teach. And so why is that significant? Well, I had started this whole thing back in October of 2019, and with Christmas and then, the thing that came up, it really wasn't until August when I said I really need to get a grip. So that was August 2020, and so August 15th, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So I was 9 months into my Eat Less, Do More diet, following the diet that I had used 20 years ago, 25 years ago now 22, I guess, right around. Literally, it was the Tuesday, it was the Monday before 9/11. So that's when I actually started the last diet. And I had gone from 276 pounds down to, I believe, 195 to 200 by April, so it was 7 months. But I remember being hungry then, and I did this thing again. And I will record down below how much I actually weighed, because I was going to check on my actual vlog here to find out where I was around March 25th on weight. But I'm going to guesstimate, I had gone from like 125 kilos to 126 kilos, 125, 126. And in 3 months, I had fallen to about 112. I think the lowest I got was 109, and that was with extra walking and extra starving. And I wound up going like up to 112, and pretty much that's where the plateau seemed to hit. But from August, September, October, by November, I had also hit that, about 112. So at the time I started this thing, I was 6 months at a plateau. And therefore I was about, I don't know, the numbers kind of work out to where I was just plateaued for so long, I had to do something. I was starving. And there's a reason. You can kind of understand the idea of eating several small meals a day to keep a constant food stream for your body, thinking that the metabolism won't go down, all right? And that's an error. What we know now, eating several small meals a day just spikes your insulin. And every insulin spike, it will not allow you to access your fat stores. While insulin's high, your fat cannot be accessed. Matter of fact, insulin is a growth hormone. It's trying to put things away because you have too much blood sugar, quite literally. Oh, I eat complex starches. Yeah, it's called sugar. Oh, but I eat honey. It's called sugar. It's all sugar. Friends, it's glucose and or fructose. Sorry, I can't help you there. Believe it or not, the fructose won't spike you too hard because the liver deals with that. But I mean, that's like taking a fifth of vodka, for Christ's sake. Fructose is not a happy sugar for the body. It doesn't like it. And then you have the people say, well, you need carbohydrates. Fat's a carbohydrate. Look it up. Different molecular structure. Hence the reason why it's treated differently by the body. But let's go back. So you're eating these several small meals a day, and you're putting in, what, 12 to 1,500 calories. Okay. Well, your body doesn't see that. Your body sees that every time you eat, you're only eating 200 to 300 calories. And it's going, we're starving. And that's why you're hungry, because you are starving. Duh. After 2 hours to 3 hours of eating your cereal and your juice and your banana and your apple and your fruit and your this and your that and your little 3-ounce piece of meat, all right? Your body thinks you're starving to death. Guess where your metabolism's going? Boom. Especially if you start exercising on it. Now the body's frustrated because it's like, we're giving you all this energy, and you're not doing anything with it. We're not feeding. This is no good. And then your body eventually just says, to hell with you, and just busts your metabolism, goes as low as it can. You're always cold, your hands are cold, you're tingly, you're not feeling good. And I'll tell you, at that point, where I was in March last year, I was still gastric reflux. Oh, there's nothing worse than having that full feeling in your stomach, even 2 hours after you've gone to bed. You wake up, because I had to wake up like 5 times to use the bathroom, and you wake up and all of a sudden, and you burp up liquid. It's like, oh, something's got to change. This is not how the human body's supposed to work. I had pain in my right knee. I had pain here, pain here. Arthritis much? Yeah, absolutely. Diagnosed? It's arthritis, okay? Because I don't have it now. So inflammation, whatever you want to call it. Itis. What does itis mean? Come on, everyone together. 1, 2, 3. Itis means inflammation. Okay, so in this case, it was attacking the cartilage, my bones. That was my autoimmune disorder. Oh, and I had psoriasis right here. White, flaky, and it was like huge. I remember my grandma complaining about it. White, flaky skin, also on my other elbow. I don't have arthritis. I had skin tags here, which one actually popped off. And this one is so small now, I can barely feel it. So my skin tags are all like, they look like they're dying on the vine. That's a heart. It's like, oh no. So what do I do now? Well, now, oh, and one more thing back on the foods and stuff. I would eat maybe 50 grams to 100 grams of pasta, and I would put tomato sauce. But of course, do this. What Italian do you know actually puts just tomato puree on their pasta? None. Every Italian book I have, and I have I have 3 significant books. I'm looking at the big encyclopedia. I'm looking at the second one called, I guess, Mama Did It This Way. And there was this other one I picked up at Ross like 12, 15 years ago. Amazing. In every case, bar none, all of their salsa de pomodori, I hope I said that right. Sorry, Italians, if I didn't. They will either use an olive oil base or a butter base with their sofrito, the trinity of onions, celery, and carrot. All right, and just a little bit for I guess sweetness. If I gave you just a tomato, why do you think tomato puree tastes like garbage out of the bin? If it's puree. Now, if it's like ragu or prego, number 1, they load it with sugar, but number 2, look, they will have added some form of fat. That's the flavor, okay? So back on where I am today. Now I eat, and I will probably eat between 2,000 and 3,000 calories once a day. And I won't be hungry till the next day. So what does my body do then? My body goes, well, I got plenty of food. Let's start using it. And there's almost no carbs. So my insulin goes, hey, I don't have to put much away. So just use it. So all day, as my body's breaking the food down, it's using it. Now it's using it. See, this is the idea of using your little bit of food here and there, right? For several periods. Well, now I have a constant supply of proteins, fats. Yeah, that's it, because I didn't eat any sugars. So I have this constant supply of proteins and fats, and my body is using it as we go along during the day. All right? There's none to be stored, because the body doesn't store the triglycerides unless it's over. But then it will store it everywhere. It doesn't just store it in my liver. It doesn't just store it in my pancreas, my innards. Okay? And in fact, if you fast, people say, oh, you're going to get tired. Your metabolism's going to go down if you don't eat. No. Fast for 3 days and your metabolism will peak at around 15 to 20% higher. And then at about 3 to 4 days, it begins to level off and slowly decrease. that's how that works. So if you really want a fast metabolism, prime your body by eating several thousand calories of just protein and fat. Go on your fast, all right? And the only time ghrelin will come up at all is if you're used to eating at a certain time period, all right? But you push through that, hour later, you're not hungry. And by the third day, you're just not hungry. And then you can go to 4 or 5 days, 6 days. Just keep taking pinches of salt in your water. You're fine. Your kidneys will take care of potassium, calcium, all that it needs to. In fact, if it needs calcium, it'll actually grab it out of your arteries. Yeah, that's reversible. Didn't know that, did you? Well, I just told you, so look it up. Do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. Nothing. I don't know anything. Look it up yourself. So anyway, there's where I am today. And, some people like to say you look like really thin, almost too thin. Actually, I look as thin as where my body wants me to be. And if feeling great, sleeping great, no pain, no GERD, no gastric problems, no diarrhea, no constipation, no urinary problems, no disease, no infection, no naps, and I have more hair than people my age are supposed to have. I have Beethoven hair. Come on. I even have hair growing back on my toes, which it wasn't, because I think I had already some peripheral damage to my circulation. That's all come back. I'm up to 120 push-ups a week right now. I'm still doing my stairs. I'm not really into sprinting too much because my legs really kind of suffer a little bit. Or maybe I'll sprint shorter. Maybe I'll do a 10-second out and out instead of the 30 that I was doing. So maybe I'll relax a little bit just to, let them kind of rebuild and regenerate. So feeling good is what you're supposed to be doing. Then I know I'm healthy. I don't care what I look like. And that's all relative anyway. I think I look great compared to me and my bio-individuality. If others don't find me handsome or attractive, it's good for my wife because she loves me. Oh yeah, and that gets way better too, but I'll leave that for another day if I ever mention it again. But yeah, the manliness returns. I'm just here to tell you. Yeah, life feels great. I'm gonna go get my coffee. I just woke up maybe about an hour ago. Did my morning routine. Wow. And real quick, yesterday we met and whatever. The thing, man. Sorry, I Biden out every once in a while. I should call it Bidenheimers. Anyway, so here we go. Yesterday I made nachos, and I made a full tub of nacho cheese, right? No more than 50 grams of carbs for the whole thing. And the rest was just, for me, was just meat and chicharron instead of the corn tortillas. And so what I did is I took 2 inches of that, nasty processed cheese. Now, H-E-B Easy Melt's much lower in calories than the Valley cheese I buy. It's also at H-E-B. It's their other mark, Hill Valley, I think it's called, or Hill Country. There you go. It's a little higher in potato starch, so it actually has about 14% carb. But again, distributed 2 blocks of cream cheese, 2 sticks of butter, and then I whip together 3 eggs, and you pour that in, and you whisk the eggs, and you put that back in. So now you have egg in there. You don't taste the egg, don't worry, but it's rich. Yeah, and then you almost add this cheese for color almost. I mean, if I actually had some red and yellow food coloring and mixed it in there, your mind would taste cheese because you see cheese. It's kind of like red velvet cupcakes and stuff, or even those what do you call them? The Fruit Loops. They all taste the same. They're just different colors, and you will swear that they taste differently. No, not even. So, and today, yes, I am making a pizza, 200 grams of my sourdough. So it's very reduced in carbs, very sour, very alcohol-y, which vaporizes off in the cooking. So it'll be the equivalent of probably 50 carbs, 60 carbs max. A little bit of tomato sauce, which doesn't have a carb, just I don't know, I can't remember the stupid idiom. And then cheese, pepperoni, mushrooms. Oh, yum. So anyway, that's my Sunday. That's how it's shaping up. So we'll pitch you guys back on the next one. We'll talk soon. Have a great Sunday. See you Monday. Bye.